Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing a second video today, and this is about the unfortunate unveiling of Liz Cheney and her possible presidential ambitions. And I just wanted to say, bleh, puke all over the floor, because anyone with any sense of history, any sense of decency, whatever that means. You know, I talk about being indecent, and I don't mean that in that way. I just mean decency, like as in a human. If you believe in, if you're a misanthrope and like want everybody dead or something, then you can support someone like Liz Cheney or something. I'm just saying, like, human decency, empathy, any kind of intelligence, any kind of like sense of history. You will oppose to the core of your being any presidential aspirations of this woman. Now, there has been a lionization of these neocons over the past 5 years for various reasons we can go into. I don't want to go into all this in this video. And obviously it's because of Trump and all this stuff. And Trump is so bad, I even like Bush now. No. And this is the worst. This is the worst thing of all, is the Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, revisionist history. Now, may I remind you that Dick Cheney is one of the biggest warmongers on planet Earth. Millions of people have suffered, not primarily because of him, but in no small part because of him. Millions of people have died because of this man. And his daughter is totally on board with it. All his ideas, all his ideology. She is a fucking, I will call her Miss Piggy. I guess people are calling her that. Miss Piggy is way better person than Liz Cheney will ever be. And anybody that supports, I see it's all these Democratic groups that are saying she's such a hero for going against Trump. And the wool is over your eyes at how stupid that is, because she has an agenda just like her father did in regards to foreign policy, in regards. And may I remind people that she votes with Trump probably about 95% of the time. It's like, why would you want this woman just because she happens to be against Donald Trump? And people are talking about, maybe she should run as a Democrat. Maybe she should. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, what happened? I know that people have gone fucking nuts in the last, not to mention 2.5, 3 years, but in the last 5, 6 years, of course, too. But this is like, just takes the cake, takes the urinal cake, let's just say, of stupidity and just complete, utter lack of sense of self. Because you're talking about a woman that does not support, abortion, is not pro-choice, is pro-life, pro-death, pretty much for everything else, of course. I mean, she supports probably a war in Iran, a war in Iraq. She supported the war in Iraq. She probably wants to do the bidding of her father. She's, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in this case. And she had her Dick Cheney in her campaign ad. It's like the Tin Man himself. I mean, people talk about Darth Vader and fucking the Emperor, and the Emperor, I mean, they call Dick Cheney the Darth Vader, but he's kind of more, well, he's not like the Emperor because he doesn't laugh as much. But the guy is a fucking crooked pile of shit garbage. And so is his daughter, because his daughter is totally on board with all that stuff. And don't be fooled by this. Please do not. I mean, I would even prefer people like Beto O'Rourke over Dick. I mean, if, let's say, it's like, if they support, I would even say Buttigieg is less of a piece of shit than fucking Liz Cheney. I wouldn't say Trudeau, but because Trudeau is pretty damn bad. But like, Liz Cheney is is an enemy of democracy. I mean, oh, we're talking about January 6th, January 6th, you know. And you have someone that is just directly supported the Patriot Act and all that stuff, which is a blight on democracy. If you believe in democracy, I'm just saying, for my viewers that do. Some people don't. I understand that. I get it, but I'm just saying, if you believe in democracy, and people that say that they support democracy say they support Liz Cheney, so they're fucking losers. And it doesn't matter if Trump was Orange Hitler. Liz Cheney, I would dare say, is likely, as a president, would likely be worse for many reasons. For one reason, these people, these neocons, don't know a war that they don't know how to, they want to stick their dick into everything. And I don't mean in a fun way. They want to stick their dick in a beehive. I mean, they would. Like, if this like foreign policy, like the American hegemony in the 21st century, you have to stick your dick in a beehive. They probably would. If some fucking old decrepit neocon, like former Trotskyite, if you look up the neoconservative movement, it actually comes from Trotskyism into capitalism. It's a really weird, warped kind of thing. But some decrepit old Trotskyite fucking shithead that's in their 80s would, if they wrote this article in like the Weekly Standard or whatever or National Review or something, in order to perpetuate our goal of American foreign policy, you must stick your dick in a beehive. They probably would, but I'm just doing it in a figure of speech because like fucking Iraq, Libya, Syria, Iran, Afghanistan, we're not in Iran, but I'm just saying they want to be. They do. And I mean, that was one of the Trump's biggest flaws is listening to these neocons and hiring them on in his administration. That's why I don't trust him, is because he could have had, he could have had people that weren't neocons. Like, I mean, he could have had like Ron Paul and, the Rand Paul or fucking other people, that want peace. Don't want to mess in everyone's business. But no, he had to have John Bolton and fucking all these interlopers, So I don't trust Trump. I don't care what people tell me. But at the same time, in a really sickly, obvious way, that's not obvious to everyone, Liz Cheney is dangerous to democracy, freedom, and human life as we know it. That's about all.